Let Me Try Again, new novel by Matthew Davis. This is his first book. He has had writing in Hobart, Forever Magazine, The Verge, and this is published by Arcade. Interesting cover here. Art done by John Rathman. And there's a blurb by Sheila Heti on there. It's interesting. On the acknowledgments page, it mentions how Let Me Try Again started as a draft that was on Matthew's website. So with these blurbs from authors I like and interesting artists doing the cover and overall parallels with other writers in the scene that Matthew's in, I was going to check out this book, and I am happy to say this is a very enjoyable book. Like, this needs to be in the hands of way more people, and it's loaded with personality and references and feels cutting edge. Nothing here would fit in the confines of popular new fiction out now, but at the same time, everything is so elegant. This book happens to be really funny. Like, it actually would make me laugh, even in public places. Jokes are everywhere here, and I love our main character, Ross. I don't think I'm somebody he would like all that much, but I think that kind of disconnect makes me enjoy him all the more. And the story starts with Ross, who is this 23-year-old Jewish nurse that decides to break up with his girlfriend, Laura, not because he isn't still interested with her, but because he wants her to see how much life sucks and other guys suck when he's not around. Only for her to like move on pretty much instantly. He says, "It was my fault. I had broken up with Laura Lament after nearly a year together. Not because I didn't love her, I still did, or because she wasn't beautiful anymore. Her attractiveness was trending upward, with no plateau in sight. But because I thought the breakup, would shock her, stun her, make her realize how good she had it with me, Ross, and inspire her to stop smoking weed and drinking alcohol. I couldn't stand to see her hurt herself like that. So we could get married like adults and have children together. It was a tactic, a scheme, I'll be the first to admit." And in the midst of this heartbreak, Ross's parents tragically die in a helicopter crash. Long story short, your parents are dead, Ross. Helicopter accident in Turks and Caicos. And this leaves him with millions of dollars, as well as custody to his teenage sister. Results in Ross trying scheme after scheme to win Laura back into his life. Each scheme a misfire. And Ross is like the worst kind of person. He believes that in the situation he's in, that he is in a normal place and looks down on other people as if like they're peasants. When asked if it is really that much, he claims, "No, I don't think so. I mean, it's a lot for a child to have, but I think a reasonable amount of money for like a smart 40-year-old to have." Like, this guy's net worth is around $14 million. I also enjoyed the little bits of like world-saving knowledge Ross believes that he has. He has these ideas about getting people to stop smoking weed by earning a universal income, and this idea that would stop the debate about abortion. These are all just really selfish takes at what he believes would make society something perfect. Like, think of the comedy on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, how we have main characters that believe what they're saying is logical, but to the people that they tell it to, the non-characters on the show, they look at them like they're crazy or selfish or like the most hateful people. They give Ross a hard time, and I mean, he kind of deserves it. Like, he's trying to manipulate his girlfriend back and being a buzzkill to everybody that he comes in sight with. And I understand that I'm not fun because I don't toke or light up or drink beer. But can't you see how silly these things are? That they're not actually fun or exciting? That if we don't get married soon, your life will just be terrible? No one who smokes weed and drinks alcohol has a job. Sure, it's fun for a bit to throw the ping pong balls into the cups of beer and then drink the beer or whatever that game is, but isn't it more fun to have a house and a family and a stable career? It's funny though, because as a guy, like, there are moments that I can relate to Ross and even kind of feel bad for him sometimes. And I think that's what makes this character so fun to track over the 300 pages here. It's might not like him, but he's very well written and well thought. Kind of reminded me of like the main character on this book. And I'm sure this was an influence in some way, but it also kind of reminded me of The Broom of the System, with, this being another kooky early 20s coming of age story. And also just obviously like the media references. There are so many of them on Let Me Try Again. You could just open it up and find some joke, like about how Ross takes 45 minutes to brush his teeth and take a shower. Or the scene where he has to tutor this kid from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, as like some sort of charity that he's doing. Or when he goes to a Dominican barbershop to get a haircut. There's also a funny scene involving him giving a lecture to a philosophy class. This book operates as like an episode by episode of Ross just getting in one blunder after another. And it's interesting. I could see this book work out as like a comic book or a cartoon of some sort. The world in Let Me Try Again is a lot like ours, but there are little differences. Like in the first chapter, how he explains going to a Emerald Lagasse 360 VR experience in Times Square. I mean, it sounds like something that could be real, but I don't know if it is. To some people, the joke might get a little redundant, but to me, I enjoyed how there was no end of ridiculousness with Ross. Right when you think that he has hit a wall, he goes through it up into the end of this book. It's 23 chapters, about 300 pages, and there was a moment that I didn't want this to end. It was a very pleasurable read. Once I reached the ending, I was satisfied, and the story ended right where it should. So I highly recommend this book. Like, you go see a comedy movie in theaters, whatever there is, like, especially if it's released by a distributor that's supposed to be pushing out like the new cutting edge stuff like A24 or something, and you're just gonna sit there and like think about your life and other things that you should be doing. But if you check out this book, you're probably gonna laugh at something, and it is as biting and contemporary as any of these movies wish they were. So I would give this book an 8.5. Let Me Try Again, released on August 13th, 2024 by the Arcade Press. It is in bookstores now. Thank you for watching.